welcome to today's vlog, and this vlog will mark the last in my series of catch-up vlogs. So today will be the day I finally caught up on my vlogging. I want to talk to you about a little road trip I went on, kind of a road trip, more of a coach trip, to visit my friend Petroula in Germany. Now, Petroula is a friend I made in the first semester of Erasmus, and she originally comes from Greece but now lives in Germany, so the amount of languages this girl has in her head is a lot. She is very multilingual and she's cool. So I went to visit her in her student town, Schmiewschmund. I hope I've said that right. And then we went and spent a day in her hometown, which is called Stuttgart. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I have a postcard. Ta-da! I knew I was in Germany from the moment the signs changed and my phone network disappeared. It was an overnight coach that I took, so I fell asleep in France and woke up in Germany, which was pretty cool. Petroula was there to meet me off the coach to start what would be a brilliant 3 days. Now, the first day wasn't too rough and tumble, it was pretty steady. She gave me a tour of a house and we took a walk in the town. Now, day 2 was the real adventure time. We started the day by just nipping down to the supermarket. She lives above a supermarket and next door to a bakery. I will fill you on the bakery later. We popped downstairs and got some ingredients and we headed back up to create the wonder that is Pancake Mountain. It was the biggest pile of pancakes I've ever seen, and some of them had strawberries in, and it was a really nice way to start the day. And I also filmed that for eChef, which is a series I will update you on in another vlog, which is basically Erasmus's answer to MasterChef. It's going to be a great series. And after we'd filled up on Pancake Mountain, we arranged to meet up with 2 of Petroula's friends to go and climb a real mountain.
Whoa. Whoa.
The view from the top just made it worthwhile, and we managed to find a beer garden. But now, I did try and make an effort with the language, but because I've never studied German ever, well, apart from this one time in high school, which was just like a singing session, I don't really know the language. So I did make a list before I went of loads of helpful phrases. I can't really remember how to pronounce many of them, if any, but my favourite and most used was Wo ist die Toilette? Where is the toilet? Danke, thanks, bye. So luckily enough, pretty much everyone in Germany that I've met could switch from German to English like that, and their English was on point. I couldn't even, the Germans don't really have an accent, so it's hard to tell who is German in Germany, which sounds a bit weird, but when they're speaking English, they just sound English. Germany, your English is on point. I salute you for that. We had some time to relax after that, so we could get ready for a house party that evening. Now, during the house party, there was one thing that I did note on that was really unusual, but there was a game where the birthday boy and a friend were blindfolded, spun around, and they had wooden spoons in hands tapping the floor to try and find a metal pot that had 2 shots underneath. Now, I was told this was a kids game, so the shots were in place of what would normally probably be sweets, I'm hoping, but it was a nice little surprise and mixed of everyone talking and then suddenly all this hush 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 and this clanking wooden spoon coming out from nowhere, but that was quite an experience. Me and Petroula drove out to her hometown and we spent the day just exploring. Petroula took us to this amazing old school lift, which took us up yet another mountain, but this mountain was in the town and we got to go past houses and buildings, and it's just the angle it was at and the view you got of the town was spectacular. I also really appreciated the fact that Petroula lived above a bakery. Well, not above, she lived above a shop which was next door to the bakery, and every day I would go down and try a different pretzel, to the point where I was borderline regular. I mean, if I had a couple more days, they'd probably have a pretzel waiting for me every morning, but I just had a big love for pretzels. So I just want to wrap up this vlog by saying I found a love for pretzels, appreciation of the bilingual, the just spot on level of English all Germans have, I think all, and just here's to many more catch-ups, I hope, in the future. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up and I'll see you in the next vlog. So until then, a biento!